Hi, this is Dave with Tunelab with Joey Sturgis. Joey, how's it going?
Hi, good.
Man, I got to spend like 20 minutes sort of like watching the process of the recording going on in here, and it is amazing. It is really something different and very meticulous. I like that. It's very cool to see.
Well, when you're recording detailed music, you have to record it in a detailed way.
Absolutely. Who's recording down there right now?
My engineer, Nick Scott.
Oh, okay. All right.
Or are we talking about the band?
Either or. You can share both.
Well, I'm recording.
Nick just got a shout out.
Yeah, and I'm recording my fiance's band. She doesn't have a name for her band yet, so it's a secret project.
Okay, and when it comes out, we're very excited to hear about it. A question for you. I'm really curious. How did you get into the business of recording?
Well, I was a drummer in a band, and we needed to record a demo, but back then it was really expensive to go to the studio, and we didn't really have money to do that, so I just kind of figured out how to do it myself using my friend's equipment, and that was it, really. And then once we put it online, a bunch of bands saw it, and they were like, well, who did you guys record with? And we were like, oh, our drummer did it. And so it took off from there. People were like, well, can we just record with you? And I was like, well, I guess I'll ask my friend if he's all right with that, and he was. So.
And how did this whole thing really end up sticking for you as far as going on to produce bands like Attack, Alexandria, just pretty much every big breakthrough hardcore band lasts like 4 or 5 years?
Well, it all really started with the Devil Wears Prada. They were an unsigned band, and we had played a show with them in this coffee shop. And I just thought their set was like really awesome, and they were doing something new that I hadn't seen before. And so I offered to record them, and at the time they were very adamant about recording themselves and do it, DIY. And so I just kept emailing them, every month, every week, and I was like, you guys got to come in here and let me record you, and I did. They finally agreed to do it, and then they got signed to Rise Records, and after that they didn't really know where to go, so they just came back to me, and that was like my first big label record. And then from there, obviously other bands followed suit.
They liked what you did, and it really stuck, and no complaints thus far.
Right, yeah, I guess.
What is your outlook on some of the bands you produce now as far as how that scene has developed?
I think there's a shift towards I don't know, like mechanical and computerized type of sound, and I think that the next big thing is going to be like metalcore is going to become commercialized, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I think that the shift should go back towards bands playing in the same room and writing songs together as a band, that type of thing.
Yeah, everything that seems to like really blow up eventually does become commercial, and speaking to the effects as far as, that taking the focus as opposed to the actual process of the music and playing together.
Yeah.
It's a little weird how that happens.
Yeah, but ultimately the fans will decide.
Very cool. I agree, and I hope it's something new and exciting. For you, what's the idea of what you want to do next?
I guess I just want to keep the machine going. We're trying to record more bands per year than normal because our process is getting more efficient. And so my thing is to just, I'm trying to work with new bands. Like for the last 3 years, I worked with a lot of repeat clients. They came back to me for every album every year. And now what I want to do is maybe expand into some different sounds, some different genres of music.
And your rap sheet is already pretty long, sir.
Yeah. Well,
so no need for sleep.
I'm still young.
That's an advantage you have that a lot do not.
Yeah.
But yeah, who are some of the artists you see right now as far as really fitting into what you want to try next?
Oh man, put me on the spot. I've always wanted to work with Between the Buried and Me. I'm just going to throw that out there. But that'd be really cool. And also, opposite of that, I would like to kind of go like more in the radio direction of things.
I mean, you've done pretty well as far as working with a lot of successful artists, but now moving towards maybe a little more of a modern and open sound as far as radio and
Yeah, like rock and things that don't have a million kick hits per song.
so it's got a little bit more of that easy,
Yeah, yeah.
Make it sound crisp though. That's how Joey Sturgis does it.
Yeah, it's a different feel. When you've got a million kick drums, you can't make them all really bassy because then the song will sound like crap. So it's just a different thing that I'd like to work with, slower music and more like rock oriented stuff.
Interesting, man. Very cool. Are there any artists that you've worked with that didn't really get that huge burst that you really thought would be a little different out?
I did not think that Alexandria would be a big band. Just to say that. When they first came in, they were very naive and they didn't really know what they were doing. And I think that weird relationship that we had where I kind of knew what I was doing and they had no idea what they were doing, that collaboration is what made everything happen the way it did. So
interesting. I met Ben Bruce a few weeks ago, and they're a little bit of a different world.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, well, first off, they're not even from the United States,
Right.
but they just have their own idea of what they're going to do, and they've been really headstrong.
And so when someone gets in studio with you, is there really a challenge to sort of bring them into your vision?
Sometimes. Some people don't really understand my way of doing things, and other people expect it. So it's really kind of a toss-up. It just depends on the band.
Well, no one debates whether or not it works.
Right, yeah. Well, that's the thing that's kind of my argument, my go-to statement is if someone's not sure about something, I'm like, well, trust me, this isn't my first rodeo.
I can see it. Joey, thanks so much for having us. It's been really cool.
Thanks.